Good morning. I am 4 minutes earlier today. And as you can see, we are doing the practice today from our studio garden. Let me position it well. Good morning, Joey. Good morning, Ari. Good morning, Alice. Good morning, Anne. Good morning, Mike. Good morning, Gina. All right, it is time for us to start. Over the past few days, we have discussed some impediments to mudita, which is the Sanskrit word for sympathetic joy. And those impediments are judgment, comparing, discriminating, demeaning, envy, avarice, boredom. By contrast, of course, there are some qualities that support mudita, sympathetic joy. And those are rapture, gratitude, loving kindness, compassion. Today, let's look at the first two, rapture and gratitude. And tomorrow, we'll dive a little bit deeper into discussing compassion. We'll start with rapture. Sympathetic joy really depends on rapture, on our capacity to take active delight in things. And this depends upon our ability to actually let ourselves feel joy. We have to let go of feeling guilt about our own happiness or feeling threatened that it will be somehow taken away from us if we really feel it. It's very useful to learn to gladden the mind because that helps set us free. When we remember the good things we have done, the times of generosity, caring, the times of holding back from hurting someone even if we wanted to, we can actually rejoice in our own goodness. And that opens us to a wellspring of happiness. We aspire to good in order to grow, to yield, to become more and more open, more connected, to be happy ourselves, and to start feeling genuine happiness for others. Another ally of sympathetic joy is gratitude, of course. And we know already that gratitude really brings delight if we practice it. The phrase count your blessings has become a kind of a cliche in our society, but it's because there is a lot of wisdom in it. We develop gratitude so that our mind remains unshaken when it is touched by all the inevitable changes of the world, all of the joys and the sorrows as they continually fluctuate. This is what the Buddha called the greatest happiness: to know peace unchanged by changing conditions. To know peace unchanged by changing conditions. And this is this deep, natural peace we invoke through our loving kindness practice. So let's explore this together through a practice of seeing the good in ourselves and the world around us. Take a comfortable position, and as always, take a few moments to notice all the circumstances of your practice, external and internal, with each breath dissolving the boundary between the internal and external. Each breath a reminder of our interconnectedness with everything that is, our oneness. And let your breath be easy, uncontrolled. Invite effortlessness into your whole being, body, mind, and heart. And of course, if effortlessness is not easily available to you right now, don't judge yourself. It's just an invitation, just an exploration. It happens, great. It doesn't happen, equally great. It's your willingness to be in the practice, to trust the process, even when it doesn't feel 100% blissful or right or whatever. This is what matters. And now see if you can think of one good thing you did yesterday. It doesn't have to be big, doesn't have to be grand. Maybe you just smiled at somebody. Maybe you listened to them. Maybe you were starting to get annoyed at a slow shop assistant, which happens often to me, by the way. But then you let go of your irritation. That is a good deed. Maybe you took out your recycling, emailed an interesting article to your niece or uncle. Maybe you thanked somebody. Whatever it is, bring it into your mind. And now think of 2 more good things that you did yesterday. Again, it doesn't have to be big. Anything good that you did. And as you do this, remember that it's not arrogant to consider what you've done right or well. It's quite refreshing to delight in the good that moves through us. So for a few moments, simply sit with the recollection of those three things you did well yesterday. And if more things come up, great, include them in your virtual list. On the other hand, if at this moment you, for some reason, absolutely cannot think of anything good you did, that's okay too. Remember, no judgment. And just remind yourself that being here, doing this exercise, doing this practice, this counts as a good deed too. It's a way of befriending yourself, of being willing to expand your awareness, to step out of some ruts and try something new. And that is very positive. Now let go of that and bring to mind a benefactor of sorts, someone who helped you, who inspires you, and think about the good within them. Appreciate their efforts, their acts of kindness. And if you want to, you can actually say mentally or out loud, "Thank you for being in my life." Now think of a good friend. Picture the kindnesses that they performed recently, the meaningful times you've had together. Appreciate the good within them. Thank you for being in my life. Now bring to mind someone you know whom you're having a difficult time with right now, a challenging person. Think of the times they have reached out to help other people. Think of their own sources of strength beyond your challenges with them, beyond your dislikes. They too do something good, and that's a fact. And see how that this person is not just a problem, it's not just the challenge that you have between the two of you. This person is something bigger than that. Appreciate that. You can even say something like, "Thank you for showing me the spaciousness in you. Thank you for being in my life too." Now think of a difficult time in your own day. Maybe it's already happened today or happening now. Or maybe it was yesterday or recently. Can you see yourself as being bigger than that problem, with having a potential for growth and change? Remembering that something like a cramped schedule or an upset spouse will change. And if you do lose your temper or feel overwhelmed, you still can begin again. you can be bigger than this problem. You can say something like, "Thank you for showing me my own spaciousness." And let's close this practice with a few moments of reflection on the fact that all living beings want to be happy. You, your friends, the person who's giving you trouble, all beings want to be happy, and they deserve to be happy. For that, you can repeat the phrase, all beings want to be happy. May they all be happy. All beings want to be happy. May they all be happy. Continue doing it for the next few moments. Again, reconnecting with our oneness, with everything that is. As you go through your day today, I invite you to remember that we have a tremendous resource that allows us to be generous to ourselves and acknowledge our connection to the whole human community. And not only human, to the community of all living beings. In difficult moments throughout your day, I encourage you to call on this powerful inner resource, these boundless mind states of rapture, compassion, and gratitude that enhance our ability to access joy in all circumstances. See how that goes for you. Thank you so much for being here today. Have a gorgeous day, and I will see you tomorrow.